Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best small forwards in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. And this list is going to include gambling-only cards. So, it is going to include cards that you can only get in packs. I did a top 10 non-gambling small forwards list yesterday that y'all can go check out if you'd like. That's how I'm doing all of these positions right now, is I'm splitting them up into two separate lists, a top 10 list with just non-gambling cards and a top 10 list that includes all of the small forwards, including all the gambling cards. And I think that's the best way to do each of these positions. So, hope you all do enjoy this video. Before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 25,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Tons of consistent daily MyTEAM content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. Number 10 is going to be Michael Porter Jr. I will say there's a good mix of free small forwards still on this list, which is nice that there's a good amount of cards on this list that are non-gambling cards that are still top 10 options. But MPJ is 6'10 with a 7-foot wingspan. His value is mainly as an elite level shooter, but also a pretty good playmaker and a very capable slasher. Now, defensively, he is not extraordinary. Doesn't have anchor or brick wall fast feet at all. Hoff rebound chaser and then a bunch of gold badges, but he is 6'10" with an absolutely butter release, a pretty decent fade. I would say his fade isn't top tier, but it's not bad. Magic dribble style was better a couple months ago than it is now, in all honesty, and I will say his SIGs could certainly be better. As an overall card, I think his lack of SIGs holds him back a little bit, as well as obviously not being the greatest defender, but he has one of the better releases in the game, and he's also 6'10 with a 7-foot wingspan, and that type of size provides value, and that is enough for him to just squeak onto the back of this list at number 10. Number 9 is going to be Adam Morrison, and Morrison is mainly here because he has the Jamal Murray behind the back. I'll be completely honest. That's the main reason. Not to mention Trey Fade and being really good as a shooter. Admittedly, he is not insanely complete as a base card. You got to upgrade some badges on him, but most people who have Morrison have upgraded and added badges on the card. He's got good speed, great shooter, capable slasher, decent defender. He's not a bad card at all. He'd actually be amazing. I still think he'd be one of the best cards in the game, legitimately, if he had a better jump shot upper, but that Jerry West upper does honestly slow down his jump shot a lot, and it kind of hurts his fade as well. Trey Fade is obviously a huge W, but I don't like his upper very much, and it affects the fade as well. SIGs-wise, Kobe escape, John Wall drag back, Jamal Murray behind the back gives him really good half-court SIGs and is one of the best things about the card. I think Morrison is still very viable, but I also don't think I can put him any higher than number 9. Number 8 is going to be our first gambling-only card, and it is Galaxy Opal Kevin Durant. All-Star KD is still a very good card. I never loved his release, even sped up. I just don't think it's that insane on quick. SIGs-wise, he is also not exceptional, but his fade, if you know how to time it, is one of the more overpowered ones in the game because it creates so much separation to both sides, especially going left. Hall of Fame badge wise, he's also really complete. Bunch of finishing badges, elite shooting badges, and versatile defense and playmaking as well. Even has gold movable enforcer, which is a big badge, and overall I think he's a really good card. He dunks the ball at a high level. He's an elite all-around statistical card. His animations just hold him back a little bit, especially his release in SIGs just not being that top tier, and that's why he's only number 8. Number 7 is going to be Scottie Pippen. Love Pippen as a card, no doubt. I think he's another guy who could use some more shot creation ability, but he fits perfectly. If you need a 3-and-D guy who's also got some athletic ability, Pippen will give you that because he's got an elite catch and shoot release, and he's a phenomenal, versatile defender who guards on the perimeter at a super high level, but also has a lot of interior switchability. So Pippen is a great card for what he gives you at the small forward position, which is really, he is best at the things that are most valuable at the position. So really good card, very smooth release, even on normal. Pro 2 fade is a great fade as well. Now his SIGs are not great, but they don't really need to be because he's not really here to be a shot creator. He's here to defend and then catch and shoot at a high level, and he's going to do both of those things really well. Number 6 is going to be Michael Beasley, and as y'all can see, a lot of non-gambling cards in the back half of this top 10. Y'all will notice that probably changes more so in the top 5, but Beasley is still very good. I think he's probably the second best non-gambling small forward in the game right now. Amazing release. Defensively, he's not amazing. I understand that. But he gets the job done defensively, especially if you upgrade some of the badges. Offensively, amazingly, really good playmaking badges, amazing shooting, and amazing finishing. He's super athletic, 94 speed, 95 3 ball. I will say his SIGs are not top tier. Kobe dribble style is nice, but the rest of his SIGs, in all honesty, aren't that good. But he has one of the best releases in the game. Terrence Mann's base, Kobe's up around quick. It is the best release on this list, or at least the fastest release on this list in my opinion, and that includes every single card on this list. He is phenomenal as a shooter and amazing athlete, and he does get the job done defensively, especially if you upgrade some badges. So I think putting him at number 6 is pretty fair. Number 5, this might be a skosh high for Ito, but I don't think so. because despite him not being like unbelievable defensively, I really like the fact that he is still pretty versatile defensively and an incredible shooter and playmaker. Has a really solid back behind the back. Hardens behind the back is great. MJ dribble style as well. Bronze escape isn't the best, I wouldn't say, but Steph dragback's also really nice. Pro 2 fade is incredible, and he's got a very smooth, very easy release to go with as well. So very good animations, especially for a 6'10" small forward. Capable slasher for sure, but also a very versatile, solid all-around defender. I like the card. I think he's very good, and I think he deserves a top 5 spot. I mean, honestly, Ito is a very good opal. I think he's a little overlooked by some of the other opals that came out this last week, but Ito's a great one for sure. Number 4, and this is the final non-gambling card on this list, is James Worthy. The thing that makes Worthy only number 4 to me is the fact that I just don't love his animations. Besides his behind the back, which is pretty good, the rest of his half-court animations in terms of dribbling just aren't very good. MJ dribble style is fine, I guess, for the burst out of it, but his escape sucks. His behind the back isn't very good, and his hezzy is one of the ones that makes you do it diagonally up instead of being able to go the same way across for his time burst. But his release is absolutely phenomenal, and he's one of the better defenders in the game, one of the best defenders on this list for sure. Having Hoff a movable enforcer in addition to all the other defense is just amazing. He is a top tier card for sure, and you could 100% make the argument that he's higher on this list than this, or at least that he deserves to be. The only thing that really holds him back compared to the top 3 is that his SIGs just aren't as good as them. That's the main reason that I have him this low. Number 3 is Opal LeBron. I love LeBron, and you could make an argument that he's the best, and I wouldn't totally disagree with you. I honestly think you could make an argument that any of these 4 guys are the best, depending on what you need, because they all give you slightly different things. But LeBron at 6'9", unbelievable all-around stats, honestly relatively close to end-game badges as well, considering he's just not missing anything. He is such a good card, an elite-level lock, amazing slasher, even has great SIGs. The only thing, and I really do mean the only thing that there is to complain about with Braun is that his release, even on very quick, is just not that great. But that is enough of a thing where I feel like that does kind of hold him back a little bit. So as great as I think he is, and as much as I love the card, and I really do, I'm so glad I have him on my team. I think he's phenomenal. I think number 3 is a fair spot. Number 2 is Rudy Gay. I understand he does not have the defense of a LeBron or of a James Worthy at all. But offensively, this card is unbelievable. And trust me, defensively, he still is going to hoop. Even without a movable enforcer, you upgrade some defensive badges, he's going to get the job done. But the offense this card has is the best offense of any small forward in the game right now. 94 3 ball, 94 speed, excel, and speed with ball, 98 driving dunk, defensively very good. But an elite level release, his release is money. Good fade, Steph dribble style, which is actually pretty good. Trey escape, amazing. John Wall's drag back and a very good behind the back as well. Rudy Gay is a top tier card at the small forward position, especially with his shot creation. He is an elite level option, and I think his shot creation puts him higher than Braun and Worthy. The reason I say again, though, these guys are very interchangeable is because if you want defense and you want a primary lock at the small forward position, both Worthy and Braun are going to be better options than Rudy Gay. It kind of depends on what you want in terms of how you'd rank these cards. I do believe the best small forward right now is Sean Marion, though. As crazy as that is to say, I truly do believe a 6'7" Sean Marion is the best small forward in the game. The reason I say that, he gives you the defensive eliteness and versatility of guys like Worthy and LeBron, but he also gives you offensive capabilities that neither of those two guys have. As good as those guys are in terms of their offensive stats and badges, their animations, Braun's are very good, yes, but his release isn't as good. Sean Marion has an elite, super fast release, also has Trey escape. He moves very similarly to Braun in terms of his dribbling, but then he's got the really good release as well, which I think elevates him a little bit. I do believe he's better than LeBron. I think his release, it makes him better than LeBron, honestly. Outside of that, he's a very similar card to LeBron. Very athletic, great versatile defender, does a ton of things well. But I do believe this is the most complete small forward in the game because of both having a super fast release and being that elite level defender. It feels like, I mean, I know we're getting to a higher point and it's becoming more nitpicky, but like, for example, Worthy doesn't quite have the shot creation, Braun doesn't quite have the release, and Rudy Gay doesn't quite have the defense. Sean Marion has all of those things, but I will say his animations can be a little janky at times as well. So, I mean, it is very much opinion, I feel like, at the top. But this is my opinion as of right now, and I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.